Hi everyone, it's Megan from Catherine James, and today we're going to be talking about tourmalines. So similar to garnets, tourmalines are actually a very large group of minerals instead of just being a variety or a species, similar to how emerald is a variety of the beryl species. And because they're such a large group, it means that not all tourmalines are actually gems, although all the ones you see set in jewelry definitely are. They have a pretty complex chemical structure. They're all silicates, so they contain, of course, silicone along with aluminum, boron, fluorine, and then they have a complicated mixture that can be a variety of other trace elements. And similar to lots of gems, those trace elements and the different combinations that they can have will likely predict the color that they will end up being. So for example, if you have a pink or a red tourmaline, it will likely have trace manganese in it. And if you have titanium or iron, you'll likely have a blue tourmaline. Tourmalines were discovered in the 1500s in Brazil, where most tourmalines are still mined today. And it was discovered by a Spanish conquistador who found a green tourmaline and actually thought it was an emerald. And that assumption actually stuck for hundreds of more years until the 1800s, when scientists realized it was a completely new mineral. It's not hard to see why that Spanish explorer actually confused the tourmaline with an emerald, because tourmalines are a very unique gem in that they are one of the only gemstones that come in such a wide variety of amazing, super saturated colors. They come in yellow, orange, pink, red, green, blue, black. And because they grow in pegmatites, which are basically a pocket of minerals, so maybe if you've ever seen an amethyst geode, it looks very similar to that. And it allows the minerals to grow to quite large sizes with very little inclusions, similar to how aquamarines and morganites and amethysts grow. And because of that, tourmalines are available at amazing carat sizes in beautiful colors, and they generally have very high transparency. So these are all excellent characteristics, of course, when it comes to finding gems for jewelry, and it makes them a very underrated gemstone. The gemstone market is all about the economics of desire, and even though tourmalines have all these amazing characteristics that we've mentioned, they still have managed to fly under the radar a little bit. They haven't gained that massive popularity that a lot of other gems have. And so they really offer this unique opportunity to have an amazing piece of jewelry, something that has excellent color and saturation that can really rival something out of the big three: a ruby, an emerald, a fancy colored sapphire, something with amazing size. So it's going to give you that lush, gemmy appearance, not only at an excellent price, but it also offers the opportunity to own something a little more unusual, something that's a little less common and that not a lot of other people might have. Tourmalines are sometimes treated. They're often heat treated and sometimes irradiated when it comes to pink or red tourmalines. And they're a little bit softer, so they're a 7 to a 7.5 on the Mohs hardness scale. So they're still excellent for jewelry, including rings, but they can be a little bit more prone to scratching. So if you have a tourmaline ring, you might want to be cognizant of that, as well as traveling and how you clean your ring. They can be also a little bit sensitive to thermal shock, so extreme changes in temperature, again, when you're traveling. And you want to avoid the ultrasonic cleaner, which again is a cleaning mechanism that a jeweler might offer to clean your jewelry with if you're shopping or visiting a store. Another interesting thing about tourmalines is that they're both doubly refractive and pleochroic. So that means that they reflect light in different ways depending on which direction you look at them. And that can make it very difficult to capture their true color and what they really look like in a photograph. As mentioned, there are lots of different colors of tourmalines and some that are quite famous. There are rubelites, which is a trade name for a hot pink or kind of raspberry ruby colored tourmaline, and that contains traces of manganese. And there's also chrome tourmalines, which you might hear. And these are tourmalines that are very specially colored with trace chromium or vanadium, which is actually the same thing as how an emerald is colored. And so they can, definitely rival the color of an emerald, but generally have higher transparency, which can be a great benefit. And they can also be compared to Tsavorite garnets, which are also very rare and very valuable. Of course, the most famous color of tourmaline is actually Paraiba tourmaline, and it's known for having an amazing neon turquoise color. It comes from the northeast area of Brazil in the Paraiba region, and it requires very difficult and rare conditions to grow, so it needs very large amounts of trace copper as well as some other trace elements. It has definitely been very popular on the market. There's a huge desire for it because it is so exceptionally rare. It's actually very difficult to find even above 1 carat. And so when it does come on the market, it's often seen at auction for sometimes tens of thousands of pounds and dollars per carat. If you want to learn more about tourmalines, check out our article now at kjj.rocks. We'll put the link below and you can learn more about each variety and color of this amazing gem. If you have any more gem or jewelry questions, leave them in a comment below and we'll try to get to them in a future video. Thank you so much for watching.